Welcome back to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and tonight's top story, according to reports by the trades as well as mainstream media, the Marvel MCU releases have been delayed on the streaming app of Disney Plus. Gee, I wonder what they're claiming that to be. Could it be the writer strikes? Could it be the actor strikes? Who knows? So this is coming in from different trades that's out there and everything, where they're reporting on basically about how Marvel is actually going ahead and getting pushed back further. Now, shows such as What If, Echo, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which is now called the Darkhold Diaries, are among the titles that's been received new dates. Now, this move comes amid what's claimed to be Hollywood strikes as well as the general pullback at Disney Plus. Now, the trades claim that the writers' strike began on May 2nd, while the actors went on strike July 14th, significantly impacting production and development. But at the same time, there's rumored sources say that Marvel wants to focus its efforts to make each title an event for fans and audiences. The studio decided that spreading out its content is a more prudent strategy. Now, here's a problem with all of this. As I've stated before, Marvel is releasing different content based on the comic books that were released during the modern day times that has no significance, let alone no one asked for these things. These are based on characters that didn't sell in the comics, they didn't do well and everything. And the interesting part about it, it's like a few things. One of these series that's been made and filmed was said to have been completed in filming hasn't made the list of when it will be released, but I get into more details about that a little later in the video. Okay, so with that being said already, it's also safe to say that the problem with this is that the move comes during the strike, and it seems as if they don't even know why. Perhaps maybe it's because they're trying to hold on to some money after they were already done spending it on these different shows and everything. And it's also weird because many of them were also supposed to have been done by now. So it's not really clear as to what the reasoning is to delay the release of these shows. Now, Loki season 2 will be the only show to hit this fall, debuting on Disney Plus this October. On October 6th. Now, the second season of the series What If will debut around Christmas Day, although it should probably be best noted that the show is not a holiday themed series. But What If was originally supposed to be released on an early 2023 release. Now, Echo, which is basically the spinoff from last year's Hawkeye show, was originally announced for November 29th, but now it's shifted to January 2024. Next on the schedule will be X-Men 97, which is a show, an animated series based on the 90s hit that a lot of people were expecting to see, that acts as a spiritual and tonal continuation of the classic 90s series that aired on Fox. It was first announced in 2021, originally planned to be released this fall of 2023, but now it's going to premiere in early 2024. Now, Agatha, which is the WandaVision spinoff, was originally supposed to have been for a winter 2023 release. That's also been pushed back to early fall 2024, where it's going to serve as the lead up to a Halloween holiday. Now, Ironheart, it's a show that was focused on Riri Williams, played by Dominique Thorne, first introduced in Wakanda Forever, was supposed to have dropped this fall, but it's now off the schedule. It's been finished shooting, as stated earlier in the video, but its completion, according to the sources and trades, has been affected by the strikes. Now, Daredevil Born Again, which is the continuation of the Netflix series in the MCU that's going into the MCU, was expected to debut in spring 2024, but it's been paused mid-production amid the strikes, and Wonder Woman was paused in mid-production. Now, with all of these things happening and everything, with what Disney's saying that there's been put out there, as well as with, the fan reception to it, it's not good. It's not good at all, because of the simple fact that people didn't ask for a lot of these things. The only thing that people may be looking forward to would have to be X-Men 97. And I got a feeling even Disney's going to mess that up, because it's based on it's supposed to be like a continuation of the animated series from the 90s that was on Fox. But Bob Iger got his grip on these things now. You know, Kevin Feige got his grip on these things right now. They're going to go ahead, and I guarantee they're going to put some sort of messaging into, you know, the show itself. And it was also rumored where Iron Man was supposed to have made a return into Ironheart, possibly like if they actually go ahead and, you know, have him in like a crazy role, like based on the comics, you know, Tony Stark, he wasn't dead. He was in a coma, you know, where he was actually the where Riri Williams was guided by the technology that featured his avatar, if you will. But if they have him playing something kind of like what Jarvis was in the Iron Man movies, that's going to really upset a lot of people, myself included. Okay. But with that being said, it's interesting to also note that, you know, these are things that, like I said earlier in the video, these are different titles that are based on the comics that no one actually cared about, were let alone interested in. And to this day, they're not even asking for these things, you know? So Disney, like, they're stating, like, this is not just Disney, it's basically also Marvel Studios itself. They're in a bit of a hard place, but they got themselves there. Everything after Endgame, except for the Spider-Man movies, because it was created and released through mainly through Sony, but also through Marvel Studios just a little bit. Those movies were more successful, you know, and I'm talking about Far From Home as well as No Way Home. Okay, so they were actually far more successful. They were broke even, as well as made back some of the money that is spent on its production budget. But the fact of the matter is, they put like the actual MCU movies, or should I say the MCU movies, majority of movies from Phase 4, as well as one movie from Phase 5. It's like they've had like a lot of virtue signaling in these movies that no one asked for. You know, where only a few people in small numbers actually ask for, but at the same time, you sell the particular product to certain people. They may be the ones to get it, but it's not going to represent the population as a whole. Marvel was once a powerhouse when it came to movies, especially in the MCU. But they decided to go ahead and mess it up by getting all political, as well as, you know, suddenly being within the times. So they figured they'll go ahead and do away with the legacy characters such as Iron Man, Captain America, even Black Widow, you know, do away with them to focus on releasing newer heroes, so that way they can go ahead and win over the audiences that are younger people who don't know anything about these heroes. Okay, but the problem is, you know, it's either not only people getting tired of with superhero fatigue, but then you also had those tuned out who are the core audiences, big fans of the legacy characters, big fans of the comics. You just basically turn them away. You know, and this is all on them. This is definitely their fault. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts that I didn't touch up upon in this video. If you enjoy what I shared in this channel, go ahead and smash the like button and share far wide across social media. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, do you think that, you know, the strikes actually had something to do with these shows being pushed back, or is it based on the failures of Disney as well as Marvel Studios themselves? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, if you, like I said, if you enjoy what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, you enjoyed all the content I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.